Hello and welcome to the awards ceremony for the 2020 Deborah Rogers Foundation Writers Award, which, as is evident, this year we have to do remotely. I am Jill Coleridge, a director of the foundation, which was set up in memory of the legendary literary agent Deborah Rogers, my business partner, who died in 2014. Deborah's particular genius lay in identifying talented young people throughout the publishing world, and this Writers' Award was created to support unpublished writers throughout the Commonwealth. The winner will receive £10,000 and the runners-up £1,000 each. This year we had an amazing 876 entries, from which a long list of 8 was chosen and sent to our judges. The panel of judges this year was chaired by Ian Rankin, together with Sarah Perry and Max Porter. I am incredibly grateful to them for their time and expertise. I will now hand over to Ian, who will announce the winner.
I know that in my early days as a writer, I entered many competitions, and the occasional resulting prize or citation was both a boost and a validation. That's why I was honoured to chair this year's judging panel for the Deborah Rogers Foundation Writers' Award. We encountered a series of unique and wonderful, powerful, authorial voices from many corners of the globe. As a reader, I found myself challenged, enthralled, amused, and given fresh insights into the casts of characters and their individual worldscapes. I was seeking fresh takes on universal themes and hitherto unexplored themes too. Above all, I was looking for stories I would read to the end and miss when I'd finished reading them, stories that would resonate long after the final page had been turned. I don't doubt that the whole shortlist has a bright future in literary endeavour, and I congratulate them. In third place, we selected Zolo and Other Stories by S. Bhattacharya Woodward. These short stories were humane, quirky and moving. They look with intensity at contemporary urban life, focusing on the good as well as the bad.
Zolo was a real pleasure because I think I've grown accustomed to reading wonderful novels set in London that tend to keep their gaze in middle-class milieus of people discussing important themes over dinner parties, and those are really great, but there's a real place for books like this which deal with the very particular granular details of ordinary working class Londoners of all different backgrounds, of all different races, and exploring the drama and the humanity and the tension and the tenderness that lies perhaps in places where fiction doesn't always want to look.
And our third place is the kind of fiction you don't find enough of. We were so pleased to find short stories about what these stories are about. They're very nuanced, they have extraordinary texture, they stay with you after you've finished reading.
In second place, we chose 5 Sorrowful Mysteries of Andy Africa by Stephen Burrow. This novel exudes a wonderfully vivid sense of place and leads the reader inside the head of its teenage hero as he sets off, accompanied by his errant father, to locate his real mother. It's a narrative of depth that also manages to be instantly engaging.
Number 2 I fell in love with immediately, this hilarious energy, satirical but also wildly ambitious philosophical framework. It's eccentric, but it's also really quite profound. It's very timely, it's very specific, but it's also got global concerns. A really, really brilliant central character. I'm excited to see readers find this one. The
Andy Africa novel was fascinating because it's so unashamedly, brilliantly intelligent and wants to grapple with ideas around maths, Afrofuturism, biblical myth, and all of this very, very kind of profound, almost philosophical stuff. But also fundamentally, it's a really playful and pleasurable book about a young boy who's kind of falling madly in love and has a difficult and intense and loving relationship with his mother.
First prize this year goes to Pema Aguda for The Suicide Mothers. This novel begins with a real wow moment. and sustains momentum as it draws us into a world that is utterly contemporary, yet has room for the mythic and the supernatural. The politics of Lagos, environmental concerns, and the coming of age of the young and pregnant protagonist Yozoye make for a wonderfully kinetic and gripping story.
In Suicide Mothers, I just remember feeling that I was so utterly gripped right from that incredibly vivid filmic opening, and understanding that I was reading a book that had its roots in dystopia and sci-fi, but was also a very acute, compassionate, intelligent novel about female agency, female bodies, particularly black female bodies, and about pregnancy and politics. And it has this incredible setting, which I think brings a particular kind of vivid and interesting take onto kind of dystopian fiction.
The winner is the Holy Grail. It's everything you look for as a reader, a bookseller, an editor, a publisher. It's got this incredibly compelling setup. The opening is world class, unforgettable, brilliant, truly brilliant writing. And this concept is just superb. I can't wait for readers to discover it. It's got it all. It's got brilliant, wicked humour in the line, excellent relationships. It's very strange. It's quite moving. It's just an absolute winner. And I'm delighted that we all agreed that it was our number one.
It was a pleasure to read all the shortlisted works. My congratulations and, as a reader, my heartfelt thanks go to the entrants and especially the 3 prize winners.